Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Egghead podcast. It is just about time for the Pokemon Presents to begin. We're going to be live streaming it, live reacting to it as soon as for some reason I can't maximize the presents like the
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
You have to wait till it actually premieres. But we are going to go through, react to the presents, and then discuss Ash versus Marnie in detail, the new hyperclass battle that happened this week, as well as, well, we finally are getting a new opening.
thank God.
I've been like on the edge of my seat waiting for this for the past, I don't know how many months, since maybe like summer.
Maybe the ending, yeah, but
But it's been a while, but we are actually going to be getting a new opening. It's very exciting stuff. So we'll be discussing the new reveals that were officially shown off for it, as well as the new episode titles for episodes 101, 102, and we did get a new revelation about episode 100 as well. Also, PokeFan comes out in an hour. It comes out literally in an hour, and we're going to have a lot of new frames from, I believe my friend said it was episodes 100 and 101, but we might be getting 102 stuff as well, considering that Telebeacon had 102.
that's
So,
great to hear.
yeah.
I think we might be starting soon. Yeah, this is G here. I think we might be starting
All
soon on
right.
the presents.
Yep. All right. So, I'd like to introduce everyone. So, my name's Moot. I'm your host.
Hello, I am Villoro. Happy to be here.
Greetings, I'm Cotton.
all right. And this is Genesis over here. Great to be here. And I think we are starting really shortly, depending on YouTube time, which may range anywhere from 10 seconds to the next hour.
And this is Primary Cam. I forgot my mic was off, so sorry for that.
All right. Well, I hope everyone's ready to enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, well, this thing won't let me. I don't want to switch the tab over to the presents until I can actually maximize it. Here, I can do it like this. Okay. I'm going to switch to, I believe it's this scene. And there we go.
Oh, okay. And it started, by which means it's
Yo.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yo, turn that down.
turn
Yeah,
off the-
turn off that. I'm gonna be having the audio on here. Do I have to refresh this? Was there like, did the American channel start doing it?
The countdown. There is a
Yeah.
countdown.
Where can you link me that actually?
I think I can
I'm
do one
gonna-
better. Let's see. I currently let's see if I can
That's a little. I just need a YouTube link for the yes. Okay.
What do you need?
Alright,
I
alright.
needed that. Okay, good, perfect. I got it. I'm gonna switch over now.
So who's okay? So
All right, so we got
So the
this.
music is still coming from someone's
no,
audio.
I think.
Is it just me?
It might be just you. I have this. I have this pretty much done. So I have this getting restreamed here. We're gonna be watching the presents live and be seeing what we think about it. And let's hope it's good. About 20 seconds left.
Just give us those 2 minutes to build up to the actual.
Well, that's how premieres work. Like, they always have a countdown at the end.
No, there is sort of a countdown, and then the countdown counts down, and then you get a countdown. And it's like, why do that?
Everyone.
1, let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, February 27th, is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series.
Anniversary, released in Japan.
We've now reached our 26th year since the birth of Pokemon, thanks to the support of all you trainers around the world. Thank you, each and every one of you.
That Pikachu is kind of creepy.
Today,
in the background.
we would like to present the latest updates on a number of games. So I hope you'll watch to the very end.
Yeah.
Mr.
It's
Utsunomiya,
disturbing,
please
for
take it
sure.
away.
Hello, I'm Takato Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company. Allow me to jump straight into sharing the latest updates with you all.
Happy anniversary,
First
Pokemon.
is an update on Pokemon Go.
Happy
Pokemon
anniversary.
Go. Yeah, happy anniversary, boys. Happy Pokemon Day. Pokemon Go, Pog. It's Rowlet. Oh, dang. So they're have Alola mods not released yet?
It's been a while, but yeah, I think this is based off
Pokemon that first appeared in the Alola region of the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon games will be appearing in the world of Pokemon Go beginning March 1st.
Yeah, I haven't touched it in a while either.
Until then, Alolan Exeggutor will be appearing in Pokemon Go. We hope you'll try catching them for yourself.
We always love
Now,
Alolan
I'd like to share some news about a few of our other games.
It's always awesome, you know. It's like everything's still there, and you still can see the top right there.
This February, Pokemon Masters EX celebrates its 2.5-year anniversary. Right now, as far as trainers go, there are over 142 in total that you can team up with.
Yeah, every
Powerful
time
sync
I
pairs from
play
many
this game,
regions have
like
assembled on
once
Victory
every
Road,
6 months,
our newest feature.
I reinstall it, get all the good characters, and then
By
uninstall
completing
again.
Victory Road, not only can you team up with Signasuit Red,
Are they
Signasuit
probably
Blue,
counting
or
the,
Signasuit Leaf, but you can also receive 5,000 gems.
Oh, 5,000 gems. That's nice. Maybe I'll
Starting tomorrow, May and Latias arrive, with May in a special
Oh,
outfit.
dude.
This
May
sync
for
pair
Journeys
can turn the field
confirmed.
of play into psychic
With
terrain,
Mega Latias
powering up all
confirmed.
psychic
Let's
type
go.
sync pairs. Skyla and Tornadus also debut, with Skyla in a
Oh,
special
shit, I didn't see
outfit.
this one.
This sync pair can turn the field of play into a flying zone. They're skilled at supporting flying types and using interference against opponents. And there's more. You'll also be seeing Raihan and Flygon, with Raihan in a special outfit. With moves like Sandstorm and Max Flare, they can create several weather conditions. To celebrate
didn't
the
talk about
2.5-year
Serena.
anniversary
What
of
the fuck?
Pokemon Masters EX, players now have the chance to scout up to 100 sync pairs at no cost.
Oh,
But that's
dang.
not all. If you log into the game after this presentation ends,
Oh, okay,
you
I'm
can
gonna log
receive a
in.
present of
Thanks for the
3,000
gems.
gems as our latest campaign begins. We have a variety of other content lined up as well. Now is the perfect time to play Pokemon Masters EX. Don't miss out.
I don't know how about the currency exchange rate for the gems.
Pokemon Cafe Remix.
It's
the
not
puzzle
great.
game where
Like,
you mix
the
and match
petty
alongside
gems
Pokemon. Introducing
it's
deliveries.
weird. Like, the
a
exchange
new
rate
way
isn't
to
that
play.
good, but
Pelipper
you get
will
so
deliver
many
drinks
free
and
gems that it
dishes
doesn't
to
really
Pokemon
matter.
far away and spread word of your cafe.
It's kind
At
of weird.
Pelipper's destinations, you'll
Where's
have the
my
chance to meet
Pokemon
Pokemon
Smile
that are
update?
new to Pokemon Cafe Remix. Gather new special outfits.
Yeah, I've never actually played
and
this
unlock
game, but
hidden
every
specialty
time
gimmicks that give you an
there's a
edge in
direct,
puzzles.
they talk about
The
this.
mythical
Like,
Pokemon
is it really
Victini
going that
appears
well
for
that
the
they
first
keep
time
supporting
in
it?
Pokemon Cafe Remix during your deliveries. Its powerful skill will be very helpful in the new puzzle mode coming early 2022. Deliver drinks and dishes
It
to
has really
Victini
cute
to
art,
have it
so it
join
has
your
that
staff.
going for it.
Additionally, there will be 3 events to celebrate Pokemon Day. The first event is Bulbasaur's Happy Pokemon Day. There will be a
Everything else
7-day
around it
special
that makes it
login
special.
bonus. And on your first login, you can get Bulbasaur's limited time celebratory crown outfit. For the second event, there is an increased chance of
Like I said,
Shiny
all the little
Piplup
touches
appearing.
that log
Starting now, for 4 days,
Yeah.
Shiny Piplup will have a greatly increased
I've
chance of showing
only
up in
played
the
it like
cafe.
once and then
Use this
stopped playing it, but
opportunity
it's
to
cute
have it
art.
join
It
your
has cute art.
staff. And for the third event, you can use an 11
Look at
times
that.
express delivery item
Oh,
at no
so it's
cost.
another
We'll
gacha
give you the
game?
chance to try out the new delivery
well,
feature
of course,
11
it's a
times.
mobile
I still get
Pokemon.
it.
You won't wanna
Gacha-
miss
gacha
this.
game is more like one of
As
those
the
mobile
second
games.
anniversary of the game approaches this June,
I
get
play
ready to
Unite
welcome
still.
tons
Unite's
of new
really good. I
Pokemon
think
to
it's
the
the
cafe.
best
Have fun playing
non-mainline
Pokemon
game
Cafe
Pokemon's
Remix
released
on
in
both
like
Nintendo
years. Like,
Switch
it's really
systems
well made.
and smart devices.
I have some thoughts about Unite, if I'm to be honest. It's Oh, speaking of Unite,
Oh, Pog, let's
Since
go.
Pokemon Unite launched last
Alright.
July, lots of Pokemon have joined the fray. Together with unique Pokemon like Dragonite,
players,
Oh, dude,
Aegis
Dragonite's so broken. It's so
Greedent.
annoying.
form a team and battle.
And Decidueye sucks. Oh, Mamoswine, that's my main. I play Mamoswine. Big boy.
Fire off your Pokemon's moves
he-
over and
he's
over
sick.
in new, intense, limited time battles. Full Fury battles.
How many
Added
Zeraora
today,
customers
February
do you have
22nd.
your
I
online?
have no idea what.
You can try out
Fury
any
points.
Pokemon in standard
Cooldowns.
battles and quick battles on special days posted on the
Sure they
official
should.
Pokemon Unite website.
Oh, okay, so they are giving like the full rotation.
Furthermore,
right now.
there is a Pokemon Day event happening right now in
Just for a day?
Pokemon Unite.
Probably.
The mythical
7 days.
Pokemon
Yes,
Hoopa
possible.
joins the roster during
Wait,
this event.
what?
That's cool.
Hoopa can
Hoopa?
warp ally Pokemon to other
Oh.
locations.
Okay,
Use
that's
your
the
know
inciting
first.
team tactics
No,
to
I
get the
wasn't
drop
keeping
on the
up with
opposing
it.
team. Using
well, I gotta
Hoopa's
play.
Unite move, turn
well,
into
you just-
Hoopa
Oh, okay.
Unbound
I
and
gotta
go
get
wild.
this character. I gotta get this one.
Okay, and
While the
then there's
Pokemon Day event is going on, all players can try out Hoopa,
Oh wow. So I have to
clear
still, I
all
still have to
special
buy
missions,
Hoopa.
and you can obtain
Oh,
Hoopa's
okay.
Unite
Yeah,
license.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I guess I'll play.
All players that log in now will receive commemorative Pokemon Day trainer
Hey,
fashion items.
fashion.
Nice.
Use this Pokemon Day event as a chance to experience the heated battles in Pokemon Unite. And finally, enjoy a preview of the next Pokemon
Oh,
that is slated to
Pog,
join
Pog,
Pokemon
Pog,
Unite
Pog,
in the
Pog,
future.
Oh,
Please continue to look forward to
Duraludon.
more content in the future in Pokemon Unite, available on Nintendo
Duraludon.
Switch
Okay, come
and
on, give
mobile
us another one.
devices.
Oh, okay.
Next, allow me to share some news about the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
Oh,
and
yep.
Pokemon
This is the
Shining
platinum
Pearl
content I was
games.
talking about.
oh, wait, that's DLC for this?
It's gonna be like an update. I don't think it's DLC.
Oh, so it's the patch, free patch.
It's meant to it's meant to tie in Legends. I heard about this a while back.
Also, this is the shaming event from
Yeah.
the region.
Oh, okay, so that is. Oh, okay, so you no longer need Hitman.
We were getting
Soon,
Darkrai and
we'll send out
Arceus as well.
Oak's letter, an item that will allow you to
probably.
encounter the mythical
yeah, I
Pokemon
never-
Shaman within Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You'll
haven't
be able
finished
to claim
the
this
game,
item
so
as a
I
mystery gift
it's
later,
probably in it. I
after
don't
this
know.
presentation
No, no,
ends.
Dude, I'm about to
You can
buy
add Shaman to your
Brilliant
team
Diamond,
and enjoy
honestly.
exploring
Like,
the
I
Sinnoh
played
region
Brilliant
together.
Diamond when it came out, like on an emulator, but I might actually
Next
just
up,
buy the game.
We have some news about the
Yeah,
Pokemon
too.
Legends
Oh, there we
Arceus
go.
game.
Here we go. DLC? DLC?
Serena confirmed. Well, yeah, it's 2 Munchlax, so May confirmed.
Oh, it's just outbreaks. Oh boy. People aren't gonna like this.
How come?
Get the dogs. and
These
stuff.
are just
Green.
outbreaks of Mons. Like, they're not anything really.
Well, was that a photo booth update?
Yeah, seemed like it. Oh wow, multi-battles. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
That's cool.
Jesus! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh no! That's gonna be
Yeah, I guess
fun.
you talk about the outbreaks. You just imagine like an entire horde of alphas staring you down.
Wait, so they are gonna like? There's still like how many minutes left? Like maybe 6 minutes left in the thing. Oh boy, they're
I
gonna
don't know.
announce Gen 9, aren't they? Oh boy.
I honestly don't know, but Daybreak event. I mean, Daybreak update is kind of small, all things considered. But wait,
This multiple. Oh, no, this is not.
Oh no! This is gonna be Jesus. You're gonna fight both of them at once.
We are pleased to announce
Yeah,
the
but
Daybreak
both of
update for
them now,
Pokemon
this is
Legends
basically
Arceus, which will be
Savage
available
mode.
to players at no
Daybreak
cost.
Yeah.
update.
It's
You'll begin a
basically
new investigation
Pokemon
into a
Legends
mysterious
Savage,
phenomenon
yeah,
that is
that
causing
sounds about
mass
right.
outbreaks of Pokemon
I
across
know,
the Hisui region.
The fun
You'll
thing
also
is,
be
I
able to
finished
engage in new
Arceus
Pokemon
main
battles
story,
together with your ally
including
Pokemon
the
at the training
final
grounds.
boss, just
The
yesterday.
Daybreak
So
update
this
will
is
be
literally
available
coming
later
when I
after
thought
this
I would.
presentation
Yeah.
ends.
hey, more game for you.
Later today.
And as a
Oh, it's
Pokemon
out
Day
later
gift,
today, Pog.
we'd like to offer
Yeah,
you
wow,
some
that
items
is
that should
big.
come in handy on your
and
adventure.
of course, as expected.
Oh,
Please enter the provided
nice.
password in your game to claim this gift.
I should have
We hope
waited
you continue to enjoy your
to get
adventures
those
in
gifts.
the Hisui region.
Oh my
so
god,
I could
yeah.
get my.
Crafting the balls
One
in
more
that
thing.
game is so
We're
like.
pleased to announce that
it's
production of an
so-
online animated series set in the Hisui region
Oh!
has begun.
Oh!
This series will feature an original storyline and is anticipated to launch
that's a
later
new
in
anime.
2022.
Oh my god.
Please wait for
Oh,
future
okay, this
announcements
is
to
a
learn
good
Okay,
more.
now this is gonna be good. Oh boy.
What did you think?
Okay.
We hope you all look forward to how Pokemon
Okay,
games will
that-
continue
that-
to
Oh,
evolve
there's
in
no
the
way
future.
that's it, right?
So
Yeah,
it's
no,
pretty
I mean,
much
this
the
is
Twilight
latest
Wings
information
for
about a variety of our
Hisui, right?
games. But to wrap things up,
Oh,
we'd
okay,
like
here
to
we
end
go.
this presentation
Here
by
we go.
sharing one more video.
Okay, here we go. Gen 9. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning
One
in.
more
It's
video.
Gen 9. It's Gen 9. Let's go.
Look,
Great
is it
Ninja
Gen 9
Serena,
or Pokemon Sleep?
Lily,
Either of the two.
Mon.
Oh
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's Detective Pikachu 2. Wait, didn't they cancel that?
I don't.
Wait, this doesn't look like. Wait, this looks Japanese. This doesn't look like.
Come on,
Let's
sleep.
The music video. Is this the music project? Is this a music collab project? Because that.
No, it's Game Freak. It's okay, so it is Gen 9. Oh boy. Why are they revealing it like this?
It's secret, and you're not supposed to see.
Oh, that being bad.
It's China. Oh my god. I just saw
Wait, wait.
Chinese pottery over there. Oh, there's probably like pictures on the wall and stuff to see. Oh boy.
Okay, well, that's a lot.
That's a lot to take. There's probably so many details in those pictures. People have to look at them.
That's a lot to think in. Oh.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of details in there.
I'm playing the cards.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is it true?
It is! It's a trailer for Gen 9. It's actually open world. Oh my god. They went full in with Legends. Like, they did the full in thing with it. Everything is there. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Look at that.
Oh my.
Stonejourner.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't know about those character models.
Yeah,
The
it's looking very right.
the human models. The Pokemon look good. Oh wow. Okay, this needs some work, but it does look good. They're actually doing it.
That's a nice house. What the hell?
This could be good.
It could be it.
Oh wait, that's the map. That's the map right there. That's the map of the region. So is it Australia or China? I heard Australia.
It doesn't look like either. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I heard Australia, but
Where?
huh? I heard Australia like I heard Australia from a
What the
leaker,
heck?
like a person I know who knows all this shit.
this is not-
Oh my god, they're actually doing it. I like Pokemon
We got
Scarlet,
another bird. That's the starter.
Pokemon Violet.
And Pokemon.
Oh my god. Late 2022. Oh my god. The Gen 9 guys were right. Jeez. Wow. Wow. Holy.
Knowledge is not finalized.
Well. This is what I expected, but not.
Oh my
this-
god, wait, did my stream crash?
No.
Australia. The south coast, it was an island. Like the map of the region was an island. It was all an island, and the south kind of they only showed like the bottom of it and the top of it, but it looked like Australia. So
Finally, we have the
that
first
means-
poison Pokemon.
that means
you have to
that
flip it upside
the information I had was correct. So that means I think I'm gonna talk about it like in detail now because this person basically predicted all of it. So basically, let me just pull it up real quick.
Disclaimer: anyone who wants to avoid the leaks, please come back later.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna talk about like direct leaks. I'm just gonna talk about like the design process for the games.
All right.
So,
what do you have? Tell us.
all right. So the main thing is that the gameplay for Gen 9 is meant to be like an action game with RPG elements, kind of like Legends, but a mix of Legends, traditional Pokemon, and it's kind of a game like Dragon Quest, I would say. And this this like Gen 9 has been in development in conjunction with Legends, like when Legends started development. It's been in development since like 2019 or 2018. And yeah, there's a lot of other stuff. I have to like just pull it up so I remember. I'm seeing of the top of my head.
I'm very glad to see that Legends Arceus wasn't like a one-off. Like
Mhm.
I doubted it would have been anyway, but I'm really glad to see that it's confirmed that they're going to continue to build on that formula.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I gotta find the pins here.
I would say I am a bit curious about the names because they're going back to color names, but they're a bit odd to parse. You know, Scarlet and Violet. You know.
Yeah. I think I think like really they had kind of become done with the whole
I would-
like concept things, right? Like the super concept like with Sword and Shield or
I love
the
color
Sun and
names.
Moon and all that stuff. They have I think they're kind of toning it back
I
based
mean,
on
they'll for
that.
sure come back to that at some
Mm,
point, but
I gotta
So
say
yeah.
after Legends, going back to a two version thing with the version exclusive stuff again, it's a bit.
Legends 2 has been greenlit already. Now that I
I
know
don't
this
know.
stuff has been accurate,
That's
it's been greenlit already, and they're considering the regions in consideration are
I
Kanto,
know.
Johto, and Kalos.
I know.
well, Genesis is
That's not what I
talking
meant.
about something
It's like
different. Yeah.
like red and blue. It's like all the version exclusive. You have to trade, or you get the version exclusive
Mhm.
stuff like the version exclusive
I've
gyms
seen,
we had
Yeah, I
before in
see what you're
show.
saying. I see what you're
I have
saying.
seen something like. Sorry.
But
Does
Legends
it might
is
be
going
like
to be a
very
series
expensive.
that's developed in conjunction with the mainline games. So it's
I
like its
guess.
own thing, and they're continuing to
Mm,
develop it.
I guess.
Hmm.
That's fair. That's fair.
And so another thing is that yeah, Gen 9 is basically being used. Not Gen 9, Legends. Of course, now you can see it's obvious, right? But Legends is
Yeah.
being used to develop technology and as a platform to introduce new techniques for the mainline games, as you guys just saw in that trailer. Like even the ground textures and stuff, it was very similar to like the Legends stuff. Just slight grass differences and stuff, but it like the actual way that they're making the world is very similar to Legends.
I guess. I mean, yes, that will work. So it's like two games every 3 years. Yes, that could work. Mm. Yes, that's a lot to. That's a lot to. I need to
There's
digest.
there's a lot to digest there. I mean, now we know
Gen
like
9 is
the
coming.
Gen 9 is coming. The anime. Now what does this mean for the anime? Well, I do think that the anime already is slated to end like late 2022. But
Right.
I do
Right.
think it's possible that it does extend a little past the game's release into early 2023. The reason why is well, what we'll be discussing in a little bit is the new OP and stuff, and like there are a lot of returning characters in it. They they still have a lot of quote unquote required stuff to get through in journeys. Like they have to get through the rest of the Galar gym leaders, they have to do Project Mu, PWC, all that. And they think that they have enough time to go through all of this extra stuff with the other companions and things. So I do think that it means that either one, we're getting zero filler from here on out, or two, the series might continue a little past the game's release date.
Considering the fact that this is a series that isn't restricted by region, I don't really see why they have to end it at Gen 9. They could continue it at least a little past that.
Um, I,
And
I
we are
that's a
right.
little bit of a harder question to answer. So like the main reason being Go. So Go is not like people think that Go might be a character that kind of transcends generations. However, there are a couple of reasons why I don't think that's going to happen. Primarily is Project Mu's existence. Project Mu was clearly designed to give Go's characterization and his arc structure and a definitive end, right? Like once the Project Mu final mission happens, after that, Go's journey's arc is done. Now he might do stuff after that, obviously, but I do think that like in addition, Cinderace, Cinderace being his a Gen 8 Mon being his partner Pokemon kind of also invalidates that. Like they want to have the new starters be Shield and stuff. So I mean, it's
See, for me,
entirely. Oh yeah, what's up?
it's okay. So it's like right now, this is kind of spoiling what we're going to later. But right now, Ash is pretty high up in the rankings. And I'm not sure they will just extend another 3 years for the anime just to drag it out for longer.
Oh
Because like
yeah,
the
that's
experience is gonna
definitely
be
not gonna happen. Like the master class, regardless, I think regardless of whether Journeys gets extended or not, the master class is gonna happen this year. It
pretty
has
much.
to. It has to. He's rank 15. Like it would be like almost a DP style of like not having any gym battles for a whole year. Like I don't think they're gonna pull that with this.
Yeah, so we don't even have gym battles for this season.
Yeah.
So
So I don't think they're gonna do that with this. But god damn, dude, those starters look I don't know, dude. Those starters look I don't know how to
They
feel
look
about
good.
them. I like the
I
grass type
It's
one.
I will say I started a bit confused because usually I am a fire guy and the crocodile wasn't doing it for me. Now, the more I see, the more I go, hey, I like this little apple crocodile fella. He's a good guy. He's chill. I love him and I want to protect him. I don't
yeah.
know
I mean,
what his name is, but I'm calling him Jart. And if anything happens to him, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
I
I
like I like all
I
the
personally
starters.
like
I
the
feel the
water
same way
one.
for the duck.
Duck
The
is
duck's a
good.
good boy.
The
God,
duck looks good,
you
and
got a cat.
grass
You
one
can't
is
go wrong.
not bad either. But grass type.
The water starter has like a Donald Duck hat on. I think it looks really endearing.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean the thing
I
is
wonder
I
what.
don't I don't I don't actually think the water duck thing like we have ducklet already, bro. Like we already have a water duck, bro. Like
Not a starter.
it should have been like a fire duck or something.
In
That would
fairness,
have
It
been a
looks
little
like a swan.
yeah,
if
but then we would have been with the water crocodile. Oh,
technically, I will have to say we do have some repeated thing. Like Grookey is a grass monkey after Pansage, for example.
uh-huh. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
true.
just
Yeah,
want to
like
ask something though. In fact, what
it
does
doesn't matter if two Pokemon are based on the same animal as long as they do the concepts in unique ways.
I wanted to ask something about someone more knowledgeable than me. You do know the typical theory behind the fire starters, right? The Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
wondering about that actually.
Yeah, I was
This guy
wondering
kind of,
what does this new fella represents.
I don't know. I mean, at
He
first
looks
thought I
like
thought he's just like a crocodile, but that breaks the mold. So I wonder what he'll end up evolving into.
yeah, that's true. Well, I
He
mean,
looks like a ground type to me.
mm,
mm,
Well,
well,
considering crocodiles are reptiles, it could, if we continue with the trend of fire stars, it could end up being like a more serpent-like Pokemon.
something like Pokemon with legs. that stands on two legs naturally.
A crocodile with no legs and no hands. Could be cool.
Correct. Mm,
I mean, it could be a dinosaur too.
that's
Is
fair.
is a dinosaur on the zodiac calendar?
Well, we
Or
we
a
already have
temple.
we
I
I
already
know.
have
mean,
the dragon.
Oh,
That's the problem. Charizard's the
Uh,
uh,
dragon.
well, they do
the
repeats on that.
the head hair things look weird, to be honest.
For the crocodile,
Yeah,
it's.
that's what confuses me the most about this one.
Let me see it again. But I mean, apart from that, there's the Hisui. Well, the phrasing they use for it is kind of weird because they said online, what like animated series. They said online specifically, which is
oh,
you know
okay. So I seen some
Also,
images
the
in the
uh,
podcast chat, and it's the official artwork of the protagonist. I don't
wait
know
what?
how to feel about these designs. I gotta be honest.
Can I make
I don't
a
know.
comment? I saw something discussed that makes me think about something. Since we discussed this may be either Spain or, either Spain or Australia.
Looks kind
Because
of like Australia to me.
yeah, because I think someone said that the giant Pokeball place kind of looks like a sort of weird version of the Sagrada Familia, So that will make this Spain if it's the case.
Yeah, I don't think it. I know some people say this was going to be China, but I just don't see any bits of China in it. I mean, besides the
I
tweets.
I saw in the room. I saw this weird Chinese pottery, but I don't think it's. I'm pretty sure it's Australia. Like I'm pretty sure it is. So
Probably. Yeah.
so in that case, then what's weird is that the same person talked about Arceus DLC, but they didn't announce it. Odd.
I mean, if you consider the update a free DLC, maybe that might count. I mean, it is downloadable. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how they call what they call DLCs these days. It used to be expansion packs, but uh, in, yes. Okay, like okay, that's a lot. That's the new games. That's the new anime.
Yeah, the new anime is gonna be interesting. I wonder. Oh wait, I really hope it's not done by OLM. Like they need their staff to work on journeys. I don't think it'll be made by them. They need their staff to work on the journeys like final year and the 25th anniversary and all that. So I really hope that they don't make the anime staff work on this and split up again because I do believe that 2021, in addition to the pandemic, the overall quality and the amount of staff working on the show was impacted because the same people had to work on Evolutions too.
Yeah, that
And
was a very good movie.
it
Yeah.
resulted in Iwane having to literally animate every battle, like almost every single battle scene in the entirety of like the last 6 months of 2021. Like he was even working like doing features on random episodes like episode 77, not 77, 79, the the Chloe episode of Espeon Umbreon, like he did that. I think he did another battle in somewhere in the 80s. He did another battle that wasn't Ash versus Bea. Like he went and did a battle. Now I don't remember which filler episode it was. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it feels sort of like Twilight Wings, but for Hisui,
Mhm.
because they did set it online.
yeah, it is Hisui. It's based on Hisui. So I hope if they get Colorado to work on it, I think it could be amazing. But I don't know if they're going to do it. But Colorado would be the best choice in my opinion.
I mean, it depends more on the people rather than the specific studios. I would say.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Uh, I mean,
One thing I
I hope a good hands to be in charge of this. We actually
One
see a lot of variants over the amount of animated projects from the Pokemon franchise over the past few years. So, that's just really following that trend, and I hope good things from it.
I would say something. No, I have a picture that kind of shows what I mentioned. If you, I'm sending it in the podcast chat, so Moot can't show it in case.
All right,
Okay, this one you can see it
let's see.
because the building in the background is the one
Oh
that I
yeah, I
mentioned.
can see it. I can show it on stream. I actually haven't been showing. I should be showing the stuff on the stream, on the YouTube stream, but I'm not because I'm assuming that a bunch of people are already looking at it online, so I don't think it's really necessary.
We're
But
currently biggest moment of discussion. We're all coming to terms with Gen 9.
dude, that's like straight up uh that's like a castle. Like the whole town is a castle. What? It's like
So
Hammerlock, but they actually made it a castle, not like just a couple of houses.
I'm looking at some screenshots that were uploaded to Cerebi just a few minutes ago, and one of them shows what looks like a battle between Lucario and Hisuian Zoroark.
Yeah,
So
you can
I'm
transfer.
wondering what that implies.
Oh,
Will there
they
be like cross
Oh,
compatibility?
No, you can transfer via home by what they've said. So yeah,
Okay,
you can rescue the Hisui Pokemon. We save a
save
Hisui
them
and
from
grow it.
extinction. Yes.
We save a Hisui and grow it.
no, it's like he's even this UI you have to save. Rather the same.
Decidueye is weird. Like I didn't like it. It's a grass fighting type, but it's slow. So it's like so it
At
just
least get sucker punch, right? At least get sucker punch. I don't know.
yeah, it's an offensive typing, but it's slow.
They on its original generation, all the Alolan starters are slow. Except in Cinderella, but I don't get into it.
Break room, baby.
Slow gets intimidated. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I'm curious to see how a more Legends-like version of a classic Pokemon game will be, since that seems to be the route we are going for. But I admit the graphics are kind of weird. Maybe just the fact that this is the first trailer. So like maybe like that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it will look better later on. But the humans look a bit plastic, which is weird because Sword and Shield and even Legends managed to make the human look appealing.
The thing about the plasticiness is that's just like a reflective filter. Like that stuff can be just adjusted. It's not
Yeah,
really that much of a big deal. Like the
Yeah,
normally that stuff is used for like whenever it's raining or something to show like the shine on on character models. But that stuff can be fixed. I'm not really concerned about the
yeah,
plasticiness.
and me, I'm speaking as an experienced person in graphics, so I'm just speaking, giving my uninformed opinion. So feel free to ignore me, since I know.
In
Also, I'm actually sorry, Cotton. You can speak. I wanted to just mention that we need to check something. We need to check the trees now.
Yes,
okay.
that's what's most important. We got to look at the trees.
Okay.
But
Treatment.
in contrast to the character models, I thought some of the Pokemon looked great. I saw a metallic Magnemite and a scaly Seviper, which looked pretty awesome.
The models of the Pokemon look great. I'm just wondering because frame rate. Because maybe it's just the early trailer bit, but I kind of saw a frame rate tank a bit. Uh, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I mean,
The
it's
models
definitely
look
looking.
fantastic. That's
Yeah, I mean, apart
that's
from
not
that,
really
it's
good.
it is looking kind of rough in some ways, which is always kind of expected. But I don't
Yeah,
want to go into that.
early builds, all that development. We really have to wait for the final product. But this is promising. This is very promising.
Mood just linked what might look like the I guess.
Yeah, the Gen 9 gimmick this time around. It's like a gem star thing, crystal star gem thing. Oh man, is it gonna be like it's gonna be like Z moves or fusions or something? Oh man.
Okay, maybe not fusions. Fusions might be a bit too much. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! You
Also,
can't just slap fusions into everything.
also the Japanese names of the starters just dropped.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like Niao,
Niaoha, Hogita, and Kuasu.
yeah.
they were quick, I think. Oh,
Okay, I'm sure we will get the English name very soon. In a bit.
maybe in the next week, probably.
I'm curious to know how those little babies are called. Or even if we know everyone will call the new weather starter Donald Duck.
Yeah, it's literally Donald Duck. I'm
Oh,
looking at the official art right now.
We went from a shy little lizard to a duck with probably anger issues. We
Yeah.
like a lot of a weather starter.
If Psyduck and Ducklet are in the games, I can make a team with 3 ducks and call them Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Psyduck
Also,
was in the trailer, wasn't it? Or did I mix myself up?
who?
I don't know, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you got also Magby and Ludicolo. If they're in, you got a full duck team.
That's true.
Can do that.
Honestly, though, if this is Spain, it will be a bit funny, because it means we have an entire segment of Europe covered this way.
okay. The colors we
Right?
got
Yeah.
color, and now we're getting.
Yeah, we have the
Wait.
other side of Cat's neighbors this way.
All right,
So when's
so
Gen 10 coming out?
oh my god, dude. Just give it a bit. Because I know people are
Sorry,
going to
man.
be like, people are already going to be like, I'm done with this gen. I'm waiting for Gen 10. I'm not playing these games. Like, people are unironically going to start saying that.
At least
I don't
we,
want to play with you anymore.
but yeah, the most worrying bit for me is that it's gonna be released this year. I was hoping that we will get a 2023
Three.
related.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It does look like it doesn't look finished. Like there's a lot of frame rate issues. There's a lot of like the textures look really bad. Like they need to work on it more. And I hope that they're given enough time to
News important. They confirmed Psyduck easier.
yeah,
Hey, say that.
Psyduck based.
Hey, probably one spirit animal.
We're going
Yeah,
bird.
headaches every day.
I was surprised by the fact that they didn't show like a from 1996 to present day kind of like presentation or like video, which is good. They
Yeah,
really put all the
They
time into
did
that
that
announcement.
last year, I think. They did something like that last year for the anniversary.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
recall.
just be repeating itself.
Yeah, it would be too much if we had them every single year.
Yeah, every
don't-
single year you just keep going from red and blue all the way, and then doing it every single year. Yeah, I get sick of it. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
in terms of sorry, I wanted to say, in my opinion, in terms of the wall over the years montage, they already did it last year. So I think they don't want to repeat it.
mhm.
they had the whole presentation that went over the whole franchise. So they went comics, anime, games, card, that kind of thing. I think it was better to focus on actual news rather than something celebrity that kind of
I
just
agree.
there.
Yeah, this was
Like
nice.
like the music. I never did care for the music collab, to be honest. It's like, okay, who are all these artists and why should I care? That kind of
Well, I
feeling.
mean, my issue is not that I don't know who the artist is that the music is not that great, or I mean, I don't know. I just didn't really like all of the music they put out that much. But
Maybe it's a matter of taste. I understand that it's music. It's very subjective.
yeah, for sure. But still, why couldn't they just give us all the library that they have behind? Just give us that. But
We did. Well, we did get the Diamond and Pearl library just a couple of weeks ago, so that's a surprise.
that's
I
true.
would say, though, I want to hope that the Scarlet and Violet and the
All
main
right, yeah,
games that
guys,
are
we need to theory craft on these things. This.
Oh,
Hold on. What was the Scarlet and Violet thing, Bureau? I just wanted to.
yeah, what I wanted to say. Oh, okay. I see that Moot already showed. Yeah, from that map, I'd say this is definitely Spain. You can see
Oh yeah, that is Spain. Yeah.
you can see it has that whole weird profile face shape of that they have in Spain. That's what the Iberian Peninsula is like.
Okay, so Spain seems like a good place. But yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing is that a lot of people are not really vibing with the starters, but that's just to be expected every single time it happens.
I
Well,
mean,
this
yeah,
site is
some
running
people
out of
like them,
ideas.
some people like them, some people don't. I mean, I don't think they're that bad actually. I like the fire crocodile. But it's like a fire apple crocodile. Looks cool.
Hmm, yep.
And the grass cat. The only one that I'm kind of iffy about is the duck. Honestly, like the duck, I don't know. That duck looks kind of.
I don't know. I actually really love the duck. It's the most Pokemon out of them. Not that the cat, not that the grass cat isn't Pokemon. That's also very Pokemon. The other one is the fire cat,
Wait.
which is
So. Oh, never mind. I'm just thinking about something
they're
else.
all
now
they're,
that you do mention it, they do look like they're designed by three different people.
they have,
And
they do have
I'm
I
sure
would say that
that's happened before, but
sorry if I am stammering in the word in my words. Sorry. Oh, I see someone just posted a supposed leak, but being a leak, just let's take it with a very big pinch of salt.
Which leak?
Even eggs.
Oh, that is okay. So here's the thing. That Pokefans Taiwan guy, he gets his information from the Chinese leaker. Like he just translates the stuff the Chinese leaker on Tieba posts into English and then tweets it. So, and I've seen him on Tieba too. Like he's friends with them and stuff. So that
What is the leak
person,
even supposed to mean, by the way?
that
Like it says. Sorry, go ahead. Man.
that person only gets information like 1 week before an episode releases. So they don't have any information about when the series is going to end. It's just
Like
that they're predicting it. Like that's what they're saying.
it's insane how they put it. They've said episode 130 plus minus.
They
What the hell
saying
is
it's
that supposed to mean?
around around there. Like he's guessing that give or take a couple episodes 130.
Give us a number, coward.
Like he doesn't know.
What?
I mean, of course he doesn't know. Like he doesn't know what the number
Oh.
is. He's
So why
just
is it a
guessing.
leak? Why are we?
It's not a leak. Like that's the thing. The person is just predicting it. Like the leaker has opinions too. Actually, they're a very opinionated person. They heavily dislike basically anything that isn't Ash. But
I guess now the better question is why is it being shared?
I have no idea. I have no clue. He just tweeted it. It's just a prediction. Like this is I say this.
it's just like Yeah. I think it's possible, Eddie, we can move on to our regular
Yeah.
because unless you guys have some other stuff to add on to the directs, like the Unite stuff or the cafe stuff.
Wait a second. I think they just announced the English name. Let me see.
I'm looking at them right now.
Man,
Sprigatito is perfect.
Brigati. Oh,
I love that name.
name.
Yo,
Spanish
post
name.
in
That's,
post in podcast chat. I'm typing something right now.
yeah.
that is, they are working really fast.
So what's the name?
Sprigatito.
Yeah. Aside from
Sprigatito.
Sprigatito, I want to know the Hippo crocodile
Fue-
Hippo guy.
Fuecoco is the fire crocodile.
These are amazing names.
And Quaxley is the duck.
Yo,
Quaxley.
post the thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you guys are looking at it, but
Oh, it's in special events. Or where? Like post the link to the tweet in podcast chat or
I think
something.
it's in special events. Yes.
okay.
Post in the
Brigati
podcast chat, yeah.
and Quaxley. Yeah.
Okay.
Sprigatito, Fuecoco, y Quaxley.
Fuecoco. Oh, this is definitely Spain then. That's straight up. Fuecoco, that's
Gatito
straight
means
up, yeah.
little cat. So, spring little cat.
And sprig as in like a sprig of parsley.
Oh, maybe
So
that.
it's going to be the garnish Pokemon.
So
I'm personally happy with all these designs.
Okay, honestly, wow, this is gonna take a while to digest. I'll be honest, that's a lot of info.
So Fuecoco is the one who's gonna get the Quilladin and the what other Quilladin, and I forgot which other is around Pokemon that people don't really vibe with, but that's what I'm guessing.
I'm curious. Someone needs to give me. I want to know when the first fan art of this Pokemon will be out because fan artists are incredibly fast.
You can make one.
Twitter, it's probably come up about 10 minutes ago.
Just a moment. I am trying.
Pokemon fan art Twitter. Let's see. Pixabay. What? Of course, Pixabay. That's probably out already. Let's see. Search Pokemon newest and let's see. Oh yeah, that's out already. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we should move on to our regularly scheduled podcasting because we still have a lot of anime stuff to go through.
Right. This was exciting to discuss, though.
Well, now we have an art. Yeah, we have, it does start. It does begun.
Yeah, there's a lot to break down there. There's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
But we will have to move on to
Let's get back to journeys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we should also talk a bit. Well, okay. We just remember we have 2 episodes, just because I know we have a lot of exciting to cover.
Oh yeah, we have 98, don't we? Okay. So first off was episode 98. So this was a Chloe focused episode, which involved her encountering 2 more evolutions, Flareon and Jolteon. And this episode was honestly a lot better than I expected it to be, like the whole circus thing, and also, of course, Grookey using a move and all sorts of stuff. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed the episode, and it does seem one thing that I do have to note from the get-go is that they are sprinting through evolutions now. They are sprinting through them. Compare like the first few evolution episodes which were like dozens of episodes apart, and the last 10 episodes, in which I think we've gotten like 4 evolutions. And yeah, they're sprinting through them now. And I do I do think that means that we're probably going to get Sylveon in April or March. I've heard March. I've heard late March, but I don't know if that's like real or not. So, it's probably April. And I'm very much looking forward to see what Chloe does in the future. So yeah, so what do you guys think about the episode?
I think that the
All right, I guess.
episode was pretty good. It did have a simple lesson, but I liked it the way it was executed. I think the two acrobats and their Pokemon were pretty fun. And I liked it that the lesson wasn't about learning to like the other types, and mostly that they needed to work together to make their accidentally wrongly evolved partners work together with them. Because I think an important role of this experience that Chloe is having is that they need to be about highlighting different relationships between humans and Pokemon. So seeing which kind of relationship they can have just after evolution is something that is good for character arc. So I think it was a good idea to focus on that and not go too predictable with I don't like this type, then I learn to like it. I think they struck the right balance, and I think it was a good idea.
I really liked how the ringleader was the same guy, the ruins explorer and the prehistoric park owner, and that was lampshaded by Ash and Go, and
Yeah,
it gave me vibes of Avatar: The Last Airbender in season 3, where they met a character that pretended to be 3 people at once. it was it was so amusing. I hope they keep bringing this character back.
fun. Mhm.
So
So
yeah.
I think it was a good Chloe episode, really. They did the thing that needed to be done, and I think they crafted an interesting story. So I'm curious about the next one will go, since, we now have just Sylveon left. And as we saw, we have little time for this generation of the anime to end, which
Yeah,
seems like,
I think
yeah,
that yeah, I think they did make a miscalculation about the pacing of Chloe's episodes. For definitely. Especially if they want to actually have like an arc with her after she meets like the last evolution. She actually has like an arc after that. They miscalculated it. Like the spread of the episodes is pretty is pretty bad. Like you can see like the moment they realized that they heard that Gen 9 was coming in 2022 in like mid 2021, and then they realized, oh shit, we don't have we Chloe's only met 2 evolutions. And they uh they basically sprinted through it after that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
yeah. In the end, however, I think we will have a lot to talk about after we cover everything. But really, this was an episode that I think really did well because, well, this is the story of these two acrobats, Honoka and Lily. It's also a story where our protagonists help out since they allow them to see what their partners are doing, and then Chloe helps bridging a bit. Their joint exhibition. So, I think it worked pretty well. And I don't think there is much more to say about it unless someone else has something to highlight that we didn't so far.
I mean, it was kind of intriguing to see how involved um Chloe was in this conflict between the two. Like she was not only worried, um, but she really understood, right? Like what the Pokemon wanted. And I don't know. It was something different from previous Chloe episodes. But yeah, there might not be much to talk about beyond that.
Yeah, it's a decent episode, and that's about it, honestly, because it's starting to feel like what would say that we are rushing to. We are if not rushing, then definitely stepping on the acceleration pedal towards the end of the series because we are having the 100 episode this week as well. So it's like if you're going by SM, then we're hoping about 30, 40, 50 episodes tops, maybe. Yeah. So yeah.
So,
I guess
hmm? Sorry, I was a bit. Sorry, do you hear me? I
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
don't.
hear
can.
you.
You're going to say something?
I wasn't sure who was talking now. So sorry, I was a bit. You can imagine that we are kind of in a momentous occasion.
Yeah,
Well,
we are. It's a very busy time right now. So
yeah,
I
we
wonder.
shall move. You shall move to the Marmy episode, right?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I think we should probably move into the Marnie episode. So everyone, as everyone knows, uh, hold on, something's wrong with the audio. I don't think so. Can someone talk real quick?
hello.
Yeah, I don't think there shouldn't be an issue with the audio.
I can
Someone in
see that.
chat said the audio wasn't there anymore or something. I'm just checking the. It should be there. I don't. I don't see where like all my stuff in OBS is being captured properly. Everything should.
Seems fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's working. Okay, so maybe they lagged. Oh, bro, come on, man. Okay, so their thing was off. Okay, so Ash versus Barney, episode 99. This was Ash's third hyperclass battle, and it was Gengar's like kind of redemption episode or his big battle following him acquiring the ability to Gigantamax. And overall, there's a lot to say about this episode, and I
I
think
think
it's kind of hindered from its premise because I think that while this episode was pretty good, I enjoyed watching it. It tried to do way too much in one episode, and it resulted in everything feeling sort of half baked. Like Marnie's entire plot from start to finish was kind of done in this episode. As a result, they had to make the battle a 1v1 instead of a 3v3, which has, while it wasn't stated for every hyperclass battle to be a 3v3, uh, it was almost the standard coming into this episode. And there was also the whole thing with uh, I forget shit. There was also the whole thing with Gengar having to win this battle because it was his Gigantamax debut. But on the other hand, he never actually trained for the Gigantamax, so him fighting so well felt kind of weird. I don't know. Like overall, I really liked this episode. I think as an episode, it was good, but in the context of the entire series, it wasn't very good at all. So that's kind of my opinion on it. What do you guys think?
If I might have my 2 cents, I mean, it could have been done if we could have done with this money battle episode being split between 2 episodes, one episode to develop her and one episode for GB3. And I I guess they didn't they are hyper compressing everything right now. And I mean the money part's good and the battle itself is good in a vacuum. But like you said, in the context of the entire PWC, it's kind of scuffed. And it's like I'm not really sure how the show could have fixed this because it's the I don't know, man. This just feels like they have this cool character and then they just underuse her. It's just That's how I feel about it.
I feel like if it wasn't Marnie, the episode would have done just fine because I thought the battle was pretty solid for a 1v1, but yeah, it's like Moot said, the fact that they tried to do all of this at once in a single episode really hurt it. It probably could have started making it better by making it a two-parter that might have fixed some things by giving Marnie's goals a little bit more
Depth.
a little bit more time, a little bit more time to develop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
the weirdest thing actually. Like they it's almost like a regression in the way they had been producing the series. Prior to the directorial change, every single thing had to be a one episode affair, and a lot of stuff suffered for it. And then recently they'd start doing two-parters for a lot of different things, even stuff like Alistair. But now, for something as important as this, they went back to one episode. So it's kind of odd. I think the reason for it is probably scheduling issues. Like probably like on top of the initial multiple month hiatus the anime had, like due to the beginning of the pandemic, there has been a lot of different intermittent breaks, resulting in the schedule being very murky and pushed back. And there are certainly, I think they have certain dates that they want to get certain stuff done by. And I'm pretty sure they really wanted the Ash versus Leon episode to be episode 100 and to have the new opening and all of that. So this results in, yeah, they ended up having to make it like once they had everything locked in, they ended up having to make it uh a a single episode.
Can I share my thoughts on this episode? I wanted to
Of
let.
course, man. Of course.
Well, I kind of agree that the problem of the episode is that it's pretty much two things. It's both, and most clearly, it's about Marnie. Pretty much, it's pretty much all of Marnie in one single episode. Then we have, of course, the fact that due to the previous build-up, this is pretty much Gengar victory episode after mastering slash earning Gigantamax. So thing is that I feel having those two focuses was the problem, as we already discussed this, the fact that it meant because Marnie isn't an opponent like Volkner, which was someone Ash knows and doesn't need some big elaboration, or B, which was his rival this series. So of course the viewer already knew her, so they could give more time to the battle as a result. While here they both have to explain everything about Marnie. Then we have to arrive at the end of the battle, which is a shame because I agree with Cotton when he says that the battle was handled pretty well. One thing I liked in this sense was the fact that it went for asymmetrical dynamaxing. Instead of giving us, okay, we trade a few blows, then we both go big, and then we finish where we're big. No, they actually used it in a way that complements strategy. So we had Marnie starting fist, Ash waiting out a few moves so that he can use Gigantamax while Grimstar goes small, and even some moments of Ash craziness, like the fact that while Gengar was growing small, he decided to block an attack by Grimsnar by eating it all. That was fantastic. That's the kind of stuff I like because that I had a discussion, I think, in the podcast before about how the usage of gimmicks can make Ash feel a bit too brute force sometimes. But I think this episode shows a good way to use Dynamax to make battles engaging. I think that's the route that makes this feel like just a discount mega evolution.
And one small little thing that happened during that sequence was Marnie kind of explicitly telling us that it's a 3-move thing, even though we kind of knew it. It was never said explicitly because she was like, when Gengar used his last move as a Gigantamax Pokemon, she immediately knew his time was over, so she told us that basically.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
like that too, especially since that's consistent with how Piers characterized her as a Dynamax specialist.
yeah, for
So
sure.
of course she would know.
Like, yeah, it's
Mhm.
about to. And
Yeah.
I thought it was good that the way that the Dynamax went, because we saw Grimmsnarl first, right? He used 2 moves and then one last move between him and Gengar as both of them Gigantamaxed. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought having 2 moves versus a regular Pokemon and then again versus Grimmsnarl was a good strategy to use and not all like just 3 moves versus 3 of Gigantamax, if that makes sense.
Gengar eating Grimmsnarl to avoid its Darkest Lariat was a really creative strategy, pointed out, um, I I believe it was by Piers, um, to prevent the weakness of, or to prevent leaving himself open when Gengar reverted back. And it was a creative use of Gengar's physiology, which I really appreciated.
It's definitely a step out in terms of battle writing. We definitely see it being more than just exchanging blows. So that's definitely something I appreciate. That
And the change, I guess, from 3v3 to 1v1, it is a little bit weird, but it didn't, I guess, detract that much for me this
I would
episode.
say
Like, it
that
was a good battle.
even it was something. I remember that Cotton last time asked about if the episode could still work, even with the news about the 1v1. And they'd say that in spite of everything, the battle itself was pretty nice. I just feel that the problem with the 1v1 is that it pretty much makes it so, that Gengar has to win, so to speak, because he can fail at this point of the story because it's the only Pokemon fighting. I think you lose a bit of something because it seems that if you have multiple Pokemon, there is always a bit of a chance for someone to prove themselves more. But while here it's just one shot, you either win that you likely will or you won't. You lose something about the strategy of the trainers, especially because I think the Volker episode used a lot of very well timed switches. I think it was a bit more gratuitous in that we had a lot of switches that didn't clearly have a strategic relevance. But I think there is potential to use it because, unlike previous series, the World Coronation series allows for multiple switching from both the opponent and Ash. So I think it's a good idea to try to capitalize on it with more than 1v1. Of course, one hopes this was just a one-time occasion, but we will see how things will go from here.
So, can I ask a question about? I mean, everyone kind of has this thought, but so Marnie is not gonna appear again, right? Maybe in cameos, but we are on the same page that Marnie. This is it for Marnie in the big, like like the big time. I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, I
it probably is. The only thing I can see is if they do like a mini tournament arc of hyperclass competitors to get into the master class, like before the master class, which would be really weird. But if they did do that, I could see Marnie battling someone else. So maybe like Marnie versus Iris or something. I do want to see that actually. I do want to see some of that happening, like some of Ash's like opponents in the PWC battling each other, because that could be pretty good. But I do think that they aren't going to rematch Marnie with Ash this late in the game. I think it's one and done.
I think it's important to note several things. I think that if you notice at the end of the episode, we already close our game arc. They say that the battle likely showed that Spike move trainers are tough, and we also see that Ash is at rank 15. I think if we only have less than 40 episodes, if the leak is true, and we only have around 30 episodes, we are at a good clip to reach the masterclass soon, develop a bit more Project New, at the final bits of development for Chloe. I think we have enough time to cover everything at this point. But I think it's important to say that we have a lot of time to cover everything, but it means that we will not have much time to do all these little things that could improve the flow of the story, if you get
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean.
true.
Just I think it's a bit too late to salvage the tournament aspect of the World Coronation series. It's just gonna be a gym leader like quest in the end, like it has been so far, and that's okay. That's not inherently a problem, but it's a bit of a shame because the idea of a proper competition was enticing, but it's not the way that the series decided to go. Just something to point out. But yeah, I think the problem is that since we do see that Marnie made the Spike move popular, and she also did the smile for the fans thing that she does in the post game, I think they consider her finished here. You know,
It was really funny. I mean, this is just kind of aside from that, but like the very end of the episode with Marnie making herself smile. I felt like even her voice changed, but that might just be like me imagining things. It was pretty funny. And let's not forget that Morpeko was voiced by Go, apparently, this time.
Mm. Well, glad to see a lot of reverse there's a Pokemon called Morpeko, I guess.
so I
It
would
was a
say,
cute Morpeko.
yeah, we did see the miracle collaboration in the end, which was
Opeko.
just them being cute together, really. It wasn't very miraculous, but it was a collaboration.
Nice cute moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
We move on to
let's
Project
move
100.
on to the to the new opening. So it's been confirmed after much speculation and many fake rumors, etc., that
Many.
next week will be the airing on episode 100 of the new and potentially final Pokemon
The
Journeys
same song lyric.
opening. And we have gotten well, I mean, it's just been amazing what we've already seen. Like Clement and Bonnie returning finally after 6 years. Wallace and his niece Licia, I don't actually know how to pronounce her name, but she's making her anime debut, and I don't know what they're doing. I mean, it might be a contest. It might be like a sort of even like a Piers Marnie type of deal where it's like one of them is Ash's final opponent, but I do think it'll be some sort of contest. And we see Chloe in a contest outfit, May's Oraz contest outfit specifically, along with Eevee wearing a very similar hairpin to the one Serena's Eevee wore in XY. And finally, the Alola gang, the full cast of the Alola companions, including Lily and Gladion, together in a frame. So it looks like this opening is going to be absolutely insane. Like, the openings in Journeys have been of two kinds. So the first opening and the third opening weren't really that spoiler heavy. Like, They mainly were just shots of Ash and Go doing stuff, and while there were a couple of reveals in each of them, like for example, the first opening with, Go's Score Bunny and also the what you call it, uh, the
And
Galar legendaries at the end, and the third opening had like Iris and Gary. The second opening was full of spoilers. Like the whole thing was basically reveals. And that opening only ran for like 20 episodes, but it was still full of spoilers and stuff. So this opening seems a lot more like the second opening than the first or third. So I'm very, very excited for it. So what do you guys think of these reveals?
I would say one thing I like it is that since we now know that this is likely the final journey's opening, it was a good call to make it the fabled Rika Matsumoto and Aiki Yamashita version. We did hear only Rika, sure, but they did mention in the tweet that showed the sneak peek of the first seconds that it's sung by those two. So it had been obvious that Daiki Yamashita is the one singing. Also, because the guy has a very smooth
One
singing
thing,
voice.
one thing
Yeah,
about that with Daiki Yamashita, he probably is singing it, but also he's not licensed under the same music label that Anipoke uses for their openings. So he might, like, I'm a little skeptical on whether he's actually singing it or not. But he might be. He very well, like, he's not signed under Sony Music, I don't think.
Just get Grookey to sing it.
Oh
I
yeah,
think, I
easy.
think there might be something. Maybe there can be some exception with this contract. I don't know. Just speaking.
Yeah. There might be. I have no clue, but just a little tidbit. But I do think it's like there's like a 90% likelihood that he's the second singer for this one.
Yeah, unless this is secretly Rika Matsumoto and Kana Anazawa version. It's just the blue Bloom shipping anthem.
Mhm. There isn't much that we know about really. Like
I
they
mean,
supposedly well, there is a
yeah,
lot, but
there is a lot, but we don't want to talk about like leaks on here just because
Yeah,
while the leak did come from a very reputable source, like I don't want to there's no point in talking about stuff like that. Like we should talk mainly about official stuff that's released. But
yeah.
with this stuff by itself, like there's a lot to go about in here. Like the first thing, well, there's like three things that I see here. Possible things. The first thing is there actually is going to be a Wallace Cup arc, which is extremely surprising for two
I would.
reasons. For two
Okay,
reasons.
first, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'll finish and then you can talk. But um, there are two reasons. The first reason being that Chloe didn't seem to show an interest in contests back in episode 74, 74 or 75, the one where she like attempts to do a contest appeal with Evie. And she didn't seem to really show that much of an interest in them, and a lot of people assumed based on that they aren't really going to go in that direction with her. The second reason is because, well, if this is an actual like Wallace Cup or even a contest, most of the time those are multi-episode affairs. So the idea of them in this current thing, in this current series, of them doing a multi-episode Chloe arc was extremely unlikely. Like I didn't think they were actually going to go through it. It was always in the back of my mind that they would do something like this because like the actual series lends itself to some sort of tournament arc like this very well. But I'm very surprised that they might actually go through with it. So Vera, what do you want to say?
Well, it's partially something that you already mentioned. I think that the weirdest thing is that we have discussed a lot already that Chloe was already set up as not being much of a coordinator person. So it's weird that they may try to make her do actual coordinating on stage. If the or the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire May contest outfit is really what it seems to be, you know? Just something to keep in mind. Just it's a bit of an odd decision. I do hope, however, that they don't just decide to first make it seem like the coordinator path is not for her. Then they go, okay, no, it was the path for her. Just that be a bit confusing what the writing was about. And I say this as someone that doesn't hate the fact that girls are coordinators. They are among my favorite characters, you know, but just that be I'd be very confused about where the writing will go. Of course, we are basing ourselves on a Genga, so you know it may not be exactly what we think it could be. We'll see once we have more information. However, I would say that I see another possibility about Wallace, you know, but my idea is that Wallace could be an opponent for Ash instead, you know, either as a further member of the Master State or more or maybe as one of the last opponents in the Ultra class. If they since you know since he's based on his Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire version, they could go instead of him being a former champion as being the current Studio Police gym leader, you know? I think it's possible, and then they could use Lysia as the girl that keeps Go company in the peanut gallery, you know? I think that's a possibility. It'd be a bit of a shame to adapt Lysia just to be a secondary character, but it's a possibility, I think.
Something about Chloe and doing what seems to be some kind of contest, I guess. I guess we also don't have any confirmation of that, but I guess it's a not a bad guess. The thing is that you guys are right that in the episode with Dawn, she lost her interest very quick in in that episode. So at Max, she has some kind of passing interest, just like as she had with the circus episode. So my guess is that it could be something like that, right? Like a one-off episode with Chloe and I guess Evie doing stuff. Which is not bad at all, but you know, curious to see how it goes, and I don't think they handle it that bad because I think they know that Chloe doesn't isn't really fixed on the contest path. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how it goes.
I think it would depend on what Chloe decides to do after she's done meeting the different evolutions. Because doesn't she still have Sylveon to meet?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the last one.
that's the last one, and that's why people are getting that. Also, me, I'm more and more interested in this Wallace Cup arc because, well, while Serena is not a coordinator, she is still a performer. The last we heard of her, she was going to Hoenn to kind of, research contests, like participate in them and get a feel for them so she gets a new perspective on her performances. And yeah, I mean, if they have the Wallace Cup in Hoenn, which kind of seems like they will based on the presence of Lycia, who's like another like Hoenn character, and also Chloe wearing a Hoenn outfit, it is entirely possible that they have Serena return in the Wallace Cup, functioning both as like a contest episode, a Sylveon episode, a Serena episode, the Wallace Cup, everything. Like, it could be pretty nuts. The only thing is, if they make it a singular episode and they actually do that, like if they actually go with all of that, it's unlikely, but if they actually do that, it's going to be a pretty bad if it's one episode. I really hope it's at least two episodes. If they, because
Yeah.
it's just a Marnie thing all over again, where they try to pack way too many plot threads all into one episode.
Of course,
Especially with a character as important as Serena.
Yeah.
I would say just since it's an important, let's remember to keep our feet
On the
on
ground,
the
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, the past few days have been pretty nuts, but we gotta stay calm.
Ultra we are just off the reveal of the future of Pokemon. So let's
Yeah,
just try
yeah,
to
yeah. Let's remain calm.
Yeah.
But yeah, continuing what I was trying to make my point about, I think that once Chloe finishes up with the evolutions, we don't really know where her character arc is going to be taken next. So I'm trying to wonder about like what are they going to do to wrap up her character, what they're going to have her do once Journeys comes to a close.
Well, yeah, that was sort of
There's the
I guess related to one of the questions that I had for the Chloe episode, is that in the episode itself they were like, I wonder what you were gonna evolve, Evie, or something like that. I can't remember the exact phrasing, but so I thought that it was for sure confirmed that Evie couldn't evolve in some way, but it's really not, correct?
It's
yeah,
like,
it's something.
yeah, I
Oh,
think they couldn't. I think whenever they try to touch it with a stone, it wouldn't evolve or something.
Yes,
well,
but they keep
remember,
saying, I wonder what you're gonna evolve, Evie, or something like that.
yeah, just to highlight what Cam says, they sort of are playing it as a maybe magic, maybe mundane sort of thing. That it's either just a genetical thing that Eevee has more scrambled genes than usual, even for an Eevee, or it's just a psychological block. That she doesn't know what she wants to be, so it wants to first understand it and then she will be able to evolve. Or maybe if you go by game terms, maybe it has a Gigantamax factor and you can just become Gmax Eevee. But that's just the boring gameplay reason. It's obvious that it's something built with the character development of Chloe in mind. That Eevee is a reflection of her as someone. There's a lot of potential with several different parts. And I think that's important because I think it means that journeys will end where her choosing a dream is starting to work with. Just this World Series will be her origin story, which I think it was always the intent.
Yeah. So, it's pretty. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, so what do you guys think about Clement and Bonnie returning? What do you think's gonna happen with them?
Well,
Honestly, right, sorry. Honestly, all I can say is that if they're coming back, I just hope that they're handled well. I don't really ask a lot of it, but it's like it's good to see them again, but it's also I do have a bit of trust issues about how some past returns were handled previously. So there's also that.
I
I
th-
think they're probably the XY characters that are the safest to bring back, because it's not like they can do anything like what they did with Iris in order to reference the games, making them into something they're not. Because I mean, they only ever appeared in one game, and it's hold
Yeah,
on. I don't even know what I'm trying to say is it's not like
it's
there's
not
potential
just
for them to have this like massive jump in um
character status.
yes, thank you. Because like yeah, if they're
So it's that it's like that's not you don't have to worry too much about them being changed to advertise the games or something.
yes,
yeah.
thank you. You said what I was trying to say, but not very well.
well, sorry guys,
Yeah.
I need to break it to you now. The whole episode with Clement and Bonnie will be about Bonnie deciding to host a quiz show in Prison Tower. That's the plot.
Oh, dude. I mean, dude, that would be pretty
Really?
based. Dude, the whole thing. Okay, here's the monkey's paw. Clement Bonnie returns, but it's about like Eveltal or something. Like for some random reason, like they're like, okay, yeah, it's time to fight the XY legendaries guys, just like Diamond Pearl. That's I think the biggest thing that I'm hoping for. Don't make
Bonnie
it
has background,
don't
so
make it about like some world-ending calamity or something. Just make it about them. and
Yes.
it will be already just miles better. The
Because
biggest
Sophocles' return was excellent, I
Yes,
thought.
exactly. And the reason for that was because it was about Sophocles. It wasn't about Dawn fighting. It wasn't about like someone fighting a legendary or whatever, like the Dawn episodes all were. It was about Sophocles. And also it was written by Amode, who's a very good writer for these kinds of slice of life or laid back episodes. And yeah, I would be happy to see her return for Clement and Bonnie, as she was one of the like main episode writers of XY. She wrote quite a few XY episodes. So I do hope that she's the one in charge of this episode. And it will be really good. Like
You
even
just have to make sorry, you just have to make Clement the intern at Series Labs and it'll be good.
oh
That's all you have
dude,
to do.
dude, there you go. There you go. There you go.
It'd be cool if Clembot at least made a cameo.
For
Yeah,
sure. I
but
mean, it'll
it's kind of in a difficult situation because it seems that X and Y elements, post black and white elements seems to be kept to a degree, even if they are unendazed. So I think maybe since, for example, we still have the Shalur gym in the Tower of Mastery, perhaps they will keep you know that Clembot is a thing that helps out Clement. But we will see what they decide to do. In the end, I agree with everyone that if they do have a return of Clement and Bonnie, they need to handle them well. But they are also fairly easy characters to use well. They just don't need to make them flanderized versions of themselves. But I think that's easy enough to avoid. Just treat Clement as the sort of disaster that can be anxious, but he's also a pretty cool guy with a good head on his shoulder and a good friend for Ash, and Bonnie the chaos creature she is. But I think, there is potential to make a fun episode about that. But I do hope that it's just a simple episode, kind of like the Sophocles one we got. Not just, I don't think they will do something word ending staring them unless, they connect it to a certain legendary. But I don't think that's the plan. In fact, since I think everyone suspects that since we have a return of X and Y, it means Greninja may return. I will say, I will give my take. I don't expect it to happen. But if it does happen, the only way I can see it working too well without feeling too, gratuitous is if they make this a Project Mew trial mission about finding something about Zygarde, because Squish is also voiced by Yuki Kaji as well.
Mhm.
So they could make something that naturally inserts Bonnie and Clement in a way that is still about them, and it's not about world-ending disaster, while still allowing for these Ash things that people want to see,
Mhm.
while at the same time still making it something that progresses Goose storyline.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
In Actually, that's definitely a good way of doing it. And I think that it's entirely possible that if they do Greninja and stuff, I want to have it be either a two-parter or two separate episodes. One episode introducing Bonnie and Clement in a pretty like slice of life capacity, similar to the Sophocles episode. And then later on, if they want to do like the full, like basically XYZ or something, where they have like the full thing with Squishy and Greninja, and like Greninja comes back, and maybe Squishy goes with Bonnie or whatever, like all that stuff. If they want to do that, have it be separate from Clement and Bonnie's introduction. If they do that, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, like Clement and Bonnie, that's enough for one episode. Like you can easily craft an episode around that without bringing in greater elements like Squishy and Greninja. If you're going to do that, make them be their own episode.
But
that
yeah.
seems
Yeah. So overall, there's going to be more content, of course, revealed, and I doubt, of course, that this is everything we're going to see, which means that, yeah, this opening is... Actually, I do want to talk about the structure of the opening a little bit. Because this opening did something entirely differently. Like, we got a short preview of it on the official Japanese Pokemon Twitter, not the Anipoke Twitter, actually. It was the official Japanese Pokemon Twitter. It was like the first 12 seconds of the opening. And they used the first 12 seconds after the lyrics already started. Like, it includes the first couple verses of the lyrics, to introduce the characters, the main characters, and show the title. Normally, they do this before the lyrics start. They normally show the characters and the lyrics, not the lyrics, the title, like what, the title of the show before the lyrics start. But they're doing it after. Which means that it's probably structured a lot differently than the standard openings that we know about. And given that we have these 4 frames already, I'm streaming like the 4 different frames, officially released frames that we've gotten with the new reveals on it. And based on these 4 frames, I think the whole thing is going to be reveals. Like, the whole thing. Like, there isn't really going to be much like filler like the third opening had, with like all of that Charizard stuff that only showed up for 1 episode. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think the whole thing is going to be reveals. Someone said, is Greninja 1000% returning? No, he's not confirmed to return. No. It was like leaked, but we're not really talking about that because it's not confirmed officially. Like, it was leaked to, and the leaker has a pretty good source, like he's pretty good reputation, but we're not talking about that here because there's no official news about it, so we're not going to consider it as official.
Yeah, the only reason I brought it in is just because it was just a bit of an elephant in the
Yeah,
room.
because it is a theory. Like, it is entirely possible because Greninja is tied to Zygarde, who is tied to Clement and Bonnie, who have been revealed. So it's entirely possible as a theory point that, even just to theorize, people would think, okay, maybe Greninja is coming back.
Of
But
course, the reason I also highlighted the possibility of a trial mission is also because since we have less than 1 year before Gen 9 hits, and so it's clear that Journeys is sort of trying to reach a climax for the current arcs. I don't think they can afford to give us a return that doesn't really do much, but have a fun return, just they need to be careful they handle the remaining time they had. There's not a lot that needs to be done well, but I hope they do it well.
yeah, I hope it's done well. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Like, there's probably a lot more stuff in the opening that we haven't even seen yet. And they are revealing, just so people know, they are revealing they're called Gengas. They're like sketches. They're like base sketches, kind of like a storyboard, but not exactly. They're like base sketches. The bottom 2 things are what I'm talking about, the one with Chloe and the little group. And they are releasing one of these every day at 5:30 a.m. Eastern time, leading up to the opening releasing this Friday on March 4th. So you guys just keep your eyes peeled on the Anipoke Twitter account. Every day they're going to be posting one. So I mean, I'm kind of worried. Like, on the one hand, I'm excited because that means that they have enough reveals in the opening to have 7 different like individual Gengas that show new things, which is kind of crazy. But on the other hand, are you really going to basically reveal the entire opening before it comes out? Like, dude, come on.
We'll see. Also, because it's important to know that we don't know how much it reflects on things. Like the Genga we got today was of the Sun and Moon classmates in full. So this time also including Lily in the group. But we don't know if it really means we are getting a new episode with them or not, because as we know, they already appeared in Journeys so far.
Hmm.
Sophocles and
It's
Twin Gen-
entirely it's entire what you're saying is correct that we don't really know. However, I don't think they're actually going to pull that. The main reason being that Lily is among them now, which implies that she came back.
It's also true, yeah. It's a
So
possibility.
it's of course it's kind of a toss up, but I would lean to it being like 70-30. Like it's 70% likely that that they actually are going to get another episode. In which case, please make it a two-parter. I'm not saying this because like they need more episodes, like I want more Alola episodes. But the first Alola episode tried to cover way too much again in one episode, and you cannot have an episode about what, six characters? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six characters. You cannot have an episode about six characters and potentially more in 20 minutes. You can't. You have to have at least
I would
two.
say
So
if
This is the
I hope they don't
if
I
fall into that trap again.
I don't think I don't think the show needs to take 2 episodes just to look for have Lily look for Mon across 2 episodes. I don't think that's the thing.
Well,
yeah,
if they're back, that means that they already found him off screen, right? Or they just
I
gave up. Like I really hope they didn't give up.
no.
yeah,
He said he's coming back.
see I can't see a Lily episode lasting two. I can't see a Lily two-part like even with the scenario that you just mentioned, like she found Mon, okay, they're going to show him, and then what? That thing can't last 2 episodes.
I would say though one problem is that if you notice they tend to give two-parter to something that's more marketing relevant in some way. Like episodes set in Galar,
Galar
episodes
or
about
Diamond and
Sim.
Pearl.
Stuff
Yeah.
that is the current main promotion of the series in a sense.
Hmm.
So I think it's more likely to see one episode, but I think they can still close the whole Mon storyline well in one episode there. Though I don't want to start to sound like a broken record, but I hope it's also a trial mission. I know that I'm just saying it like it seems like, oh well, the Aurora thinks that the trial mission solves everything, but I think it's a good way to add an adventure story that still advances Go's personal story. I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have a typical Pokemon adventure episode while still making Go closer to reach Mew. I think it's a good framework to use while we still have time to do so. You know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fair, I have to say.
I mean, I was kind of joking a little bit about, um, I guess episode 36 or whatever the first all episode was, being the first part, and then this one might be the second part. We just took like 80 episodes to get to the second part.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
What's
So,
happening with?
I'm sorry.
oh my God, guys.
What
The
happened?
apparently this new series is being produced by Wit Studio, the new Hisui.
Oh wow, that's
Nice.
Is that good?
That's really
Oh,
good. That's
Is
really
the
damn good.
the studio that helped with the Power of Us for context.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they did
Okay.
Power of Us in the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan.
oh wow, that is definitely big news.
Also, Vivi. They also did Vivi, among other projects.
It's online, so we gotta.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they have subtitles like Poketoons.
I'm sure it will have its, but it's basically a Twilight Wing sort of the deal, you know. But I do like that we discussed this in a previous episode. But I do like that they're getting a bit more experimental about offering, you know, these mini anime episodes that are disconnected to the main anime. You know, it's just something more specialized for different tastes. I think it's a good idea that. It's nice to see it develop and further this generation. I hope it continues onward even after Scarlet and Violet are released.
It's something I hope will continue going forward.
You
But
just said
there's a lot
Scarlet.
of show to explore, you know, outside of the main anime.
Yeah, it's. I'm very excited for the Hisui short series. Well, we don't know how short it's gonna be, but
Yeah, but dude, if it's actually being made by Wit, that is wow.
yeah.
Big news.
Jesus, that is completely out of left field, and I am very, very, very down.
Well, that's exciting. We still got episode 100.
And actually, you know, now that it's like we have all the big anime announcements, suddenly Kaizen and 100 doesn't seem like such a big deal.
We have a lot of
Well, the thing
anime.
is, we're gonna like when if for example, what is that? Someone's someone's like in their mic. Anyway, so if they actually reveal, like for example, they go the full bonanza, like Misty, Brock, Serena, Greninja, all these characters, like Ash versus Cynthia in the opening, and it's like Infernape versus Garchomp, and they've got all this crazy stuff. Like the hype will be orders of magnitude higher than what it is now. But
Yeah, but
we'll have to see.
I have to say something though. I am still in the position that I think Ash shouldn't bring back reserves, you know? Just because if we have so little time, then the Journeys team needs all the screen time it can still get.
Yeah,
I'll take the other position. The Journeys team is already almost done with its development, as rushed as it was. Like literally, the only thing left is Surfetched Meteor Assault, and they have no problem learning that off screen.
I
Technically,
take the middle position.
learning stuff off screen.
like
Yeah.
they
just to
Gengar learned two moves off screen, so
Yeah, I
I
just
don't care.
think that the meteor assault is not really a necessity in terms of. But what is a bit necessary is giving Dracovish something that isn't being an adorable abomination,
That's
because
why.
the
Sorry.
guy needs some focus.
That's why I took the middle position because, like, I could see something like some reserves come back, right, and then some of the journey is still
Yeah,
there
that's
for the most
entirely
part.
possible. Like for example, I think Ash is going to use Lucario in every single battle, like
And
up to the
Dracovish because
yeah.
he doesn't
Oh
have that
yeah, and
much.
Dracovish, yeah, of course, Godvish. But I do think that some mons like Gengar and Surfetch'd will get cycled out for reserves and stuff. I think it's
But to
just
be honest,
likely. Like I think it's probably going to happen.
I would have loved it. Well, I mean, we're still not sure what's gonna happen, but I would still love if it's just the Journeys team. I think I would be perfectly fine with that as well.
Yeah, the Journeys team needs more screen time. They've been done kind of dirty, aside from Lucario and maybe Dragonite.
And I feel like even Dragon hasn't seen screen time in a while now.
I
Dragonite is now part of the Pokemon Journeys taxi service with Flygon and Aerodactyl.
Ah,
I think the important thing about Dragonite is that I think he sort of lucked out, you know, in that the two battle he had were against opponents that, since they were the class gate opponent, he couldn't lose. So he ended up getting two very good showings. But since the sample size is low, I don't think they really wanted to make it a powerhouse. In you know, I don't think it was intended that it was the third, second strongest. I don't know, just to say basically. I think it's just something that's locked in place. But I think it's also where the fact that we needed more battle where this team becomes apparent, you know? Just that they fought so little. We have little sample size to see how they're like. Like for example, Furgengar got the short end of the stick by mostly losing his battles until Mal. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep the Journeys roster. They need more screen time. Don't
Yeah,
cycle
but
them
the
out
hype,
because
the
that
hype, it's right there.
Yeah, but I think
I'm I'm just
I would
messing with
say
you. I agree. Like, I think the Journeys team really does need more screen time. And I think this would be helped if Ash used his other Mons in non-battle episodes, so non-PWC episodes. So like use Surfetched to fight Team Rocket or something. Use Dragonite to shoot down a balloon or whatever.
Oh,
You know, do
yeah,
all of that.
that's something
Do
this
like
series is
this
extremely.
the standard stuff. And all of a sudden, people wouldn't really have issues with the screen time because you wouldn't have Dragonite not fighting a single battle for 40 episodes. That stuff wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
So
plus having the Pokemon out in non-battle situations helps a lot when it comes to just like developing and maintaining their characters.
I would
Because
say
right now, if they're exclusively used for battles, then like what's the point? They don't feel like characters. They feel like beat sticks.
I
yeah.
mean, that's what they are,
Like
aren't they?
Vero and I are currently rewatching Best Wishes, and we were just complaining about how Palpitoad literally does nothing except battle. He has no personality. So I
oh
don't want
damn.
that. I don't want the Journeys team to end up like that at the end of Journeys.
I don't know how to tell you this, man, but it's like unless there's unless we see a sudden uptick of the Journeys team being used outside of the PWC, it's like we get more trio battles, we get more.
Okay, yeah. By the way, just to confirm for people who are watching and stuff, the PokeFans Taiwan guy who said that the like series is ending 103 episodes, he did clarify that yes, it was just an assumption. It's not like a confirmed leak or anything. So just I mean, that's already kind of a given, but
Guys, guys,
just
I
so you
think I
know.
must go off.
But
Apologies,
continue with whatever you guys were talking about. I was just checking that.
sorry, I have to go off soon. Time zones and stuff.
Hmm.
It's pretty late, so I
So,
have
do
to
you have
log
any
off early.
final thoughts?
Not much. I just hope things improve on the JN team representation front. That's all I have to say. But I have to log off early, so apologies for that.
It's fine, man. Thank you for coming on today. A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
See you, Genesis.
All right. See you.
Take
Yeah,
care. See you,
this,
Jen.
Okay, so the
but
last.
I want
Oh,
to
what's
sort
up?
of
What's up, Vero?
no, I just wanted to elaborate a bit on what Cotton mentioned, since as he mentioned, we are doing best wishes watch on our own pace, you know. And yeah, something I noticed is that even if the best wishes team is often criticized for being poorly handled because there were so many of them, so to say, they did have them appear rather often, even just in silly situation, training on the side. You know, they had a presence, which is something that the Journeys team should have had. You know, and I think that's beating a bit a dead horse, but it's something that is felt if you go back to see previous series and then go back to Journeys. You know, just a shame about this.
So yeah. The last thing we gotta talk about today is well, we got some news about the upcoming episodes, not the opening, but in addition to that, we got information, a little more information about episode 100, in addition to the Journeys episodes 101 and 102 titles, in addition to a couple of frames for each. So, first off, let's go over the little extra info we learned about episode 100. It does appear that Flint will be battling Leon in some capacity in Wyndon Stadium in a 1v1 between Charizard and Flint's Infernape. Now, I'm
No, Charizard, really? Who could have
dude,
guessed that?
oh man, dude, it's the Charizard, man. Anyway, so it does seem that that's going to be another little highlight to look forward to the episode. But overall, we've kind of discussed this episode at length, so I don't think we really need to go into it any more than we have. Aside from, yeah, there's going to be a battle. It's probably going to be pretty short, considering what's actually in the episode, and that it's not really the focus of the episode. So it might only be like the end of the battle or part of it. But yeah. So that's happening. Episode 101. The Thwacky with One Stick. That's the title. So, yes, we are finally 2 episodes after getting Grookey's first move usage. We are finally getting a Grookey focus episode in which he's interacting with his evolution, Thwacky. Now, it was said in a short little blurb about the episode that Grookey encounters an eccentric Thwacky that lives away from its flock, or it's like, the other members of its species. And I'm not exactly sure what the implications of this episode are. Could be that we see some we could see an evolution, but we might also not. I don't know how they're going to handle it. Now, there's also episode 102. This is Trial Mission, a Frozen Raid Battle. Ash, Go, Gary, and Tokyo, or Horus is the English name, who will be competing or doing a raid battle against an Articuno, like a 4-man raid battle for Project Mew. And this has got a lot of people are talking about this, mainly because, well, one, Gary's back, let's fucking go, but also that the 5th chaser appears to be Go's childhood friend, or well, someone he met when he was a kid, Horus. It's very interesting. It's very, like, kind of, some people predicted it, but it was also kind of out of left field.
What's making people say that?
What do you
Like
mean?
that's gonna happen? That it's apparent that.
Oh,
I mean, like,
that
shouldn't he just be tagging along?
No. He said there was text in like his character box saying that he wants to participate in the mission. So that's pretty specific that he is going to be a member.
Yeah, I would say that really it was a very good idea to have, you know, Horace finally returning to the series, because I think he's a very important character in those personal characters. So I think it's a good idea to use it to contrast him as someone closer a bit to Go in terms of training expertise compared to Gary, who was obviously more of a veteran, you know. I think it's a good idea, and I really like the idea of a battle of childhood friends, you know. Ash and Gary coupled with Go and Horace. Also, because this is something I was thinking about, I wanted to hope we will see some trial missions involving multiple chasers working to obtain the token. You know, something to make to give more urgency, because only one of them supposedly can win. You know, maybe they all get a token in the end, but I'm curious how it's going to work, because I think it's a good way to inject more tension in the story.
I
You know,
think
Yeah.
it is going to work as they have to beat Articuno and all of them get the token, otherwise all of them fail. Why? Because one of the testing criteria is working together with others. And while Go is continually being tested on this with Ash, right? That's why they let Ash participate. The other ones mainly work solo. Like Gary goes around by himself doing all his trial missions. He doesn't get that testing. So I think mainly this is testing Gary and Tokyo. I say Tokyo. I know I should say Horus, but I say Tokyo anyway. But this is mainly testing Gary and Tokyo's ability to work in a group, right? Like that's what they're doing. And so it wouldn't really make sense to make people compete. It should be that all of them work together, and unless they succeed in a very difficult task, then they all fail. which is why I think it's to beat or capture Articuno. It's not just to get a feather or something. It will be you have to beat or and capture the Pokemon.
I think
It's
that
that hard. That's
yeah,
the level they'll have to do because it's 4 people working together on it, right? So they take that
I
into
think.
account.
Sorry if I was
Oh,
trying to
no
say
problem, man.
I wasn't sure when you were going to finish your point. So sorry, I misunderestimated the timing.
Oh, no
What I
problem, man.
wanted to say is that I think your idea is another way of making it work well. You know, that instead of them competing, it's about them trying to have to work together for a single goal. You know, I think that's a good idea because in the end, one of the main points of the Project New mission so far was about Go making use of what he has around to achieve the result. You know, like finding the way to both Carona's golden scales or recovering the Wild King, right? You know, just something that he does get some stuff along the way, but it's less about him having the help and more how he uses the help. You know, something that highlights his analytical mind and how he uses the item he has after. You know, I think that's a good idea to frame Project News missions well, and also a way to justify why Ash is allowed around. You know, just I think it's something to consider. That's less about Go autonomously making something and more. Okay, Go as this stuff at his disposal. How does he use it? Which, given they are basically planning an expedition to find Mew, it's a good skill to test. You know, just how you can adapt it to a situation to achieve it.
I see. Yeah, that's a good point. And one thing to note is that there are going to be 12 Pokemon in this raid battle. 12, according to the Korokoro Ichiban skin. And
Like,
I don't
was that
what?
sorry? Sorry, was that just based on the pictures, or did they say like they're all gonna battle something like that?
They said that each trainer will use 3 Pokemon, yeah.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
in a
Sorry to
little
interrupt.
it was like in a little quote outside of Ash's text box that said, "Yeah, each trainer will use 3 Pokemon. How will they fare?" Something like that. And I don't that's the thing. I don't see how they could actually use 12 Pokemon. Mainly because they should probably be able to beat Articuno with like 4 or 5. Based on the way hell, Go beat Zapdos with 2. like I don't know how strong they're gonna make Articuno for this, considering I do think that there must be some sort of misleading on the part of the magazine with regards to this, because a 12 Pokemon battle would take 15 minutes, and I don't think they're only gonna spend 5 minutes introducing the characters and doing all the other stuff. So I think those are just the Pokemon that the characters use in the episode. I think it should be like that, because if it's
Yeah, they
actually
might not.
if it's actually just 12 Pokemon, that's a little much. There's no way Articuno's that strong.
Right, they might not use them all in battle, but they could use them in clearing obstacles as they head towards Articuno, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, sounds about
I
right.
do still expect some like quick deaths, like one shot deaths from Articuno, like Golark's episode, because that just seems like it would be I guess, a way to make those Pokemon like fit into the time slot. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't like Sirfetch'd chances. He's on the same team as Pikachu and Lucario, and we all know what happened the last time that happened.
it's gonna be fine. I think bird versus bird. Something's gotta happen there. But yeah, so we're expecting Articuno to be. Well, we don't really know, but Articuno, I really thought it was gonna be Regice, but Articuno, makes a lot of sense too in this context.
Yeah, Articuno. I do wonder because I was so damn. I got kind of screwed, didn't I? I was saying over and over that it was gonna be Crown Tundra in March, but maybe they're doing it in April or May and it just got delayed. Copium.
You just double down.
I'm doubling down. It's gonna be by May for sure this time. Copium. Yeah, so overall, I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover today. Today was pretty nuts. Unfortunately, PokeFan didn't actually no one's posted it. I was going to get like the scans early, but then the main guy who I normally get scans from isn't he's not around right now. I think he's taking a break from the internet. And the secondary guy, I got the Imgur link. I saw it for 30 seconds. And then the Imgur link got deleted. I think the guy's stuff got deleted or something. So
So what
maybe
did you see?
it was 8 pages. It was a lot. And there was a bunch of stuff with episode 100. There was new frames of episode 101, and there was also some 102 stuff. I think there was 103 stuff, but I don't know because I just didn't look at it long enough. I should have just
Yeah.
screen recorded and just screenshot literally everything, but I just opened the Imgur link, I read it for 30 seconds, and it got deleted. So we'll have to wait. It'll be uploaded later on today, but we'll have to just wait and see for PokeFan. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would come out or we'd have stuff to talk about it this podcast, but it seems that we'll have to just watch it, see it after. So yeah,
I hope Griefon is okay.
yeah, I think he'll be fine. He's just taking a hiatus. But yeah, so
Overall, I think it was a good talk in the end. We did cover a lot. We did see the birth of what the internet will talk for the next few weeks, and then it was fun as usual.
mhm. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it a day here. Thank you, everyone who watched on YouTube and on Discord. And thank you to our speakers who came out today for this really fun edition of the podcast. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, guys. So thank you guys for coming out today. And yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Cheers, everyone.
All right, everyone. We'll see you. Honest to God, we might have to have a podcast next weekend.
Next week.
We might have to have one. And normally we do it every 2 weeks, but we might have to have one next week. But yeah. So I'll call it a day and thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank